Okay, so today we are going to study pro rata allotment as a part of this chapter, share capital. Now, first let's understand what is pro rata allotment. Now, whenever people apply for shares, so the company receives lots of shares with them, share applications. Now, what will company do? Company will first of all outright reject some shares. So for example, if I have applied for 100 shares, all my shares are rejected. I'll not get anything out of those shares. Second, company will go for pro rata allotment. Now, what is this pro rata allotment? It means if I have applied for 100 shares, company will give me 80 shares. So out of every 100 share applied, person will receive 80 shares. Now that is fine, okay? But what happens? Say this 100 shares were applied by Mr. A. So Mr. A paid 100 shares into rupees 4 per share as application money. So company received rupees 400, but out of this 100 shares applied, company decided to give only 80 shares. So 80 into 4 is basically 320 rupees. The company should have kept with it. Now, I should have given actually only 320 rupees or company should have received only 320, but company received rupees 400. Now, Mr. A is the shareholder whose amount is with the company of rupees 400. Out of that, 320 is towards application. So now what company will do is, company will do a working that rupees 400 received from Mr. A. Out of that, rupees 320 is received towards application. So now company will not refund rupees 80 because again the company is going to ask for rupees 80 from the shareholder. So this 80 will be treated as advance received by the company against allotment money. Understood this? So in case if you are applying for 100 shares, you are paying 400 to the company, company said we will give you 80 shares. So now what you did is you were supposed to give only 320 rupees to the company, but you have given 400. So this excess 80 rupees is what is your money lying with the company. Once again, I'm explaining the concept to you. What happens is the company keeps on receiving lots of application from shareholders. Now what happens? Now company cannot issue more shares. They can issue only those shares which is going to form part of their issued capital. So even if subscribed is more, they cannot issue more shares. There is a limit on that. So what will company do? First of all, company will outright reject few shares कि इनको तो एक भी शेयर मिलेगा नहीं, उनका पूरा पैसा वापस. But then there are few shareholders where company will decide we will go for proportionate or pro rata allotment. It means if someone has applied for 100 shares, company will give 80 shares. If someone has applied for 1000 shares, company will give 800 shares. But that person to whom company is giving this pro rata allotment becomes the shareholder of the company. So any excess amount received by the company from that shareholder will be kept in the company as an advance. So that is the concept of pro rata allotment कि हम उसको ये 80 रुपीज वापस नहीं करेंगे बिकॉज ये हमारा शेयर होल्डर है. इन फ्यूचर वी हैव टू टेक मनी फ्रॉम दैट पर्सन. तो अभी 80 वापस करो फिर अलॉटमेंट पे मंगाओ. उससे अच्छा अभी ये पैसा हमारे पास ही रख लो. अंडरस्टूड ऑल ऑफ यू द कंसेप्ट नाउ? ओके, स्क्रिबल कर लो एंड देन लेट्स गो टू द सम. Okay, now we are going to do illustration 15 to understand the concept of pro data allotment. It's a very simple concept, so you go logical, गोखम पट्टी करना नहीं. Now, illustration 15, Bharti Food Products Limited issued 80,000 equity shares 80,000 equity shares to public at rupees 10 per share. Company called up amount as under. Application rupees 4, allotment rupees 3, first call rupees 3. Application were received from public for 1,20,000 shares. So we received application for 1,20,000 shares. Issue करना है only 80,000, but we received application for 1,20,000 shares. Its allotment was made by company as under. Now, full allotment was made to applicants of 32,000 shares. यानी ये जो शेयर होल्डर्स थे उन्होंने जितना अप्लाई किया सबको शेयर्स दे दिए. Not a single share was allotted to applicants of 24,000 shares. यानी ये जो 24,000 shares के शेयर होल्डर्स थे उनको पैसा वापस कर दिया कि भाई ले जाओ, ना तुम्हें शेयर मिलेगा ना तुम्हारा पैसा हमें चाहिए. तो ये पूरा का पूरा हो गया रिजेक्ट, पूरा रिजेक्ट. तो ये 24,000 पूरा रिजेक्ट हो गया. Then 48,000 shares were allotted to the applicants of 64,000 shares. यानी ये जो 64,000 shares जिन लोगों ने अप्लाई किए थे उनको प्रपोर्शनेट हमने 48,000 शेयर्स दे दिए. यानी अगर 64 शेयर अप्लाई किए हैं तो उसको हमने 48 शेयर्स दे दिए. तो ये बन गया उनका रेशियो. एंड दैट इज व्हाई इट इज अ प्रोपोर्शनेट अलॉटमेंट कि 64 is to 48, 100 is to how much, 200 is to how much, 500 is to how much, 640 is to how much. तो ऐसे करके हम फाइंड करते हैं कि जिसने कितना अप्लाई किया उसके सामने उसको कितने शेयर्स मिले. तो ऐसे फ्यूचर में जब तुम सम्स करोगे तो ऐसा रेशियो दिया जाएगा. दे वर अलॉटेड 3/2 और 3 और दे वर अलॉटेड 2 शेयर फॉर एवरी 3 शेयर्स अप्लाइड. ऐसे रेशियोज दिए जाएंगे. एनीवेज अभी के लिए 48,000 शेयर्स were allotted to applicants of 64,000 shares. यानी if you applied for 64 shares, you will be given 48 shares. तो excess application के पैसे का क्या होगा? excess application का पैसा कंपनी अपने पास रखेगा और उसको allotment में adjust कर देगा. All amount were received in time. Past journal entries in the books of the company from above information. So यहाँ पे what we will be doing is we will be doing various workings because यहाँ पे proportionate allotment भी है. So let's do the working. First working is for our basic working, that is for application 4, allotment 3, final call 3. So total हो गया 10, no calls in areas, no premium. Application 1,20,000 shares, issue 80,000 shares. So यहाँ पे refund के साथ साथ adjusted भी है, adjusted in allotment. So सिर्फ refund नहीं है, their amount of some shares is also adjusted on allotment. So here I write like this, wait. This is better. Refund shares or slash adjusted in allotment. So money for some shares will be adjusted in allotment. Now, have you all done this working? Now we are going to do a very important working. Keep calculators with you and try to understand the concept. Now, working note 1 for pro rata allotment. Now, first let's write amount received on application. Amount received on application. So how much amount we are receiving on application? So we are receiving for 1,20,000 shares into rupees 4 per share. So amount received on application is 1,20,000 into 4, 4,80,000. लेस अब इसमें से क्या हुआ वी रिसीव्ड 4,80,000 अमाउंट with us as a company now less refund on rejected application. So refund कितना देने पड़ेगा कितने शेयर्स पे तो चेक कर लो not a single share was allotted to applicants of 24,000 shares. So यहाँ पे 24,000 shares पे पूरा पैसा हमने रिफंड कर दिया. So 96,000. So 96,000 हम पूरा रिफंड कर देंगे. Now let's pro rata allotment amount allotment adjusted. Now pro rata allotment जो है उसमें हमने कैसे pro rata allotment किया तो those who applied for 64,000 shares. So 64,000 shares into rupees 4 per share is what we received. So which comes to 64,000 into 4. 2,56,000. इसके सामने this is what we received. Then allot कितना किया इसमें allot किया हमने 64,000 shares जिन लोगों ने अप्लाई किया we allotted 48,000 shares. So 48,000 shares into rupees 4. So 48,000 into 4. So now you can see over here कि यहाँ पे we received 2,56,000 from these shareholders and we allotted them 48,000 shares into 4 यानी 1,92,000 हमें actually receive करना चाहिए था but we received 256,400 यानी 64,000 amount जो है we have received towards allotment जो हमारे कैपिटल में अभी जाएगा नहीं. So 64,000 is what we received. Now write over here also 64,000. this right over here, 64. Okay. So now what amount is towards the share application? Let's find out. So which is 4,80,000 minus 9,60,000 हमने पूरा रिजेक्ट कर दिया, माइनस एडवांस मिला हमें 64,000 का टुवर्ड्स अलॉटमेंट, यानी हमारे पास रह गया शेयर एप्लीकेशन अमाउंट टुवर्ड्स इश्यूड शेयर. क्या हुआ कर्म विजय? You want to say anything? So share application amount we have received towards issued shares is 3,20,000. Let's check. अब कैसे चेक करेंगे? 80,000 issued shares थे into ₹4. So it should be equal to 3,20,000. यानी 3,20,000 rupees is what we are going to transfer to capital. Please do this working. Then we go for the next working. Any doubt in working? You understood this? We can do this in different ways also. Okay, this working can be done differently also. You can follow this. I have done different methods in my recorded video lectures. So you view the video lectures while doing the exercise sum. There are different methods discussed over there. You can go for any method which you are comfortable. Okay. Now, once again, ध्यान देना, because it's the first sum, I'll repeat once again. You received total 1,20,000 shares into ₹4, so 4,80,000. उसमें से outright reject कर दिया 24,000 shares, तो उनको उनका पैसा वापस कर दिया, तो refund is 96,000. तो वो 4,80,000 में से 96 चला गया. उसके साथ साथ हमने रिसीव किया towards pro rata allotment 2,56,000 rupees. उसमें से मिलना कितना चाहिए था? 1,92,000 rupees. तो एक्सेस कितना आया हमारे पास? एक्सेस हमारे पास आया 64,000 जो एप्लीकेशन का नहीं है, जिसको हम यूज करेंगे टुवर्ड्स अलॉटमेंट. तो अमाउंट कितना हमने कैपिटल में ट्रांसफर किया? सो ट्रांसफर किया हमने 3,20,000. इसको क्रॉस वेरीफाई करो. 80,000 शेयर्स जो हमें इश्यू करना है into ₹4 per share, that comes to 3,20,000. Understood this, all of you? Should I proceed? Should I proceed? Okay. Now, let's go to the next working. अब ये हो गया working at the time of application. Now, what happens at the time of allotment? Now, at the time of allotment, amount due on allotment 80,000 shares into ₹3, 2,40,000 less already received with application. We have already received the 64,000 as advance. So amount received on allotment 1,76,000. Now over here, this 64,000 the same exactly over here as 64,000. From here we got the 64,000. Now if you want to change the working, You can do that as well. You can make a different working, less refund on rejected shares, less share application money towards capital. So what will be left is 64,000. That can also be done. Once you start doing it on your own, you will be able to make your own working. Okay. This is what is a standard working, what I have done it for you all. So amount received on allotment is 1,76,000. Please do this working properly. Now let's go to the sum. Let's write the heading. Illustration 15, page number 42. Journal entries in the books of Bharti Food Products Limited. Now date is not there, so first, you all know the first entry. Bank account debit 1,20,000 shares into rupees 4 per share, 4,80,000. To equity share application account, 4,80,000. Second, equity share application account debit 4,80,000. Now two, equity share capital account. Now we have already done the working, that is 80,000 shares into face value rupees 4, 3,20,000. Two, bank account, we rejected. So we rejected how many shares? We rejected 24,000 shares. So 24,000 into rupees 4, 96,000. And two, equity share allotment account. This is advance. Now I'll write over your working note 1. That comes to 64,000 over here. 64,000 is pro rata allotment adjusted, or you can write advance over here, advance towards allotment. In the working you can write this, advance towards allotment, 64,000. So now at the time of application itself, we have received the 64,000 advance from our shareholder. So we will keep it with us in this account, equity share allotment account. Now, third entry, we call the allotment money equity share allotment account. 80,000 shares into rupees 3, 2,40,000 to equity share capital account, 2,40,000. Fourth, now bank account. Now in bank account, we should have received 2,40,000, but we had already received 64,000. So 2,40,000 minus 64,000, 1,76,000. So 176. This is as per working note 2. 1,76,000 to equity share allotment account. Now let's check whether equity share allotment account balances or not. Equity share allotment account debit 2,40,000, credit 64,000 and credit 1,76,000. So it has become 0, 0. Come to this working, 2,40,000 was due, 64,000 we had already received. This amount was already received. This is what we have recorded over here. So now how much we received? We received 1,76,000. In your working, make a arrow like this. Connect these two. So you come to know कि ये 64 कहाँ से आया? Okay, fifth and sixth entry you can do it on your own. No calls in arrears. Equity share final call account. 80,000 shares into 3 per share, debit to equity share capital account 2,40,000. Sixth, bank account debit to like 40,000 equity share final call account 2,40,000. Close it. And then let's do the totals. $18,56,000. So total. Double underline. Go through the sum, go through the working, see if you have any doubt. Please ask. Okay, so now let's go to illustration number 16, page number 44. Let's see the sum. It's a very nice sum. It contains all the concept of pro rata allotment. At the same time, it contains concepts of forfeiture and reissue as well. It's a comprehensive sum. Now, Bhadresh Diamond Limited of Surat issued 3 lakh equity shares of 10 each. So 3 lakh equity share of 10 per share. Amount called up on application at 3, allotment 2.5. First call 2.5 and final call 2 per share. Now, application were received for 4,56,000 shares. Allotment of 3 lakh shares. Allotment of 3 lakh shares was made pro rata. Was made pro rata. इसको मार्क करना बेटा to 4,50,000 applicants, यानी 4,50,000 शेयर्स के लिए जिन लोगों ने अप्लाई किया उनको उस प्रपोर्शन में 3 लाख शेयर्स मिले. So you can say the ratio is 45:30 or 3:2. So for every 3 shares you have applied, you will be given 2 shares. But since तुमने अप्लाई किया उसमें से एक पोर्शन तुम्हें मिल गया, तो पैसा जो तुम्हारा कंपनी के पास है वो कंपनी एडवांस गिनेगा और अलॉटमेंट में एडजस्ट करेगा. So application for 6,000 shares were rejected. So these 6,000 shares were completely rejected. Full amounts were received from all shareholders except from a shareholder named Daksha. Daksha, who was allotted 600 shares, did not pay final call money. Her shares were forfeited. Total shares of Daksha were reissued as fully paid up at rupees 9 per share. Past journal entry in the books of the company for the above transactions. So let's go and do the working now. Over here on application 3 per share, on allotment 2.5 per share, on first call 2.5 per share, and on final call 2 per share. So total 10 application shares is 4,56,000. Issued shares are 3 lakhs. So refund, I would not say only refund. These also include amount adjusted for allotment. So it's also refund at the same time adjustment for allotment for 1,56,000 shares. It includes rejected 6,000 shares, and out of the remaining pro rata allotment was given. Now working for pro rata allotment, amount received on application. So I'll do the working in the bracket. 4,56,000 shares into rupees 3 per share. So check कर लो कितना है. It comes to 13,68,000. Less rejected shares. How many shares are rejected for which will be giving refund outright? So 6,000 shares into rupees 3 per share. So 18,000. You can do this working on your own and then check less. Pro rata allotment advance adjustment. So now how much we have received? Total 4,50,000 applications. So 4,50,000 shares into rupees 3 per share, which comes to 13,50,000. This is received. This is allotted. We were we allotted 3 lakh shares into rupees 3 per share. So 9 lakhs. So amount net comes to 4,50,000. This 4,50,000 is advance for allotment. This 4,50,000 what we have received will be transferred to advance. So what we are left is share application towards issued capital. So 13,68,000 minus 18,000 minus 4,59,000 lakhs. Let's check. 3 lakh shares into rupees 3. 9 lakh. Match ho gaya. Now this will be transferred to capital. Please do the working. So this is what we received. 18,000 we refunded back. Direct reject kar diya. And 13,50,000 what we received out of that, we allotted 3 lakh shares. So now 9 lakh is what we should have received, but we received 13 lakh 50. So 4 lakh 50,000 is our advance towards allotment. So how much amount will be transferred to capital is 9 lakh. We cross verify. 3 lakh are issued shares into 3 per share, 9 lakh. Now, let's proceed to working note 2. Amount received on allotment. First, let's write amount due on allotment. So amount due on allotment is 3 lakh shares, write in brackets, 3 lakh shares into rupees 2.5. 7,50,000. Less already received with application. How much we have already received? This 4,50,000 which we have already received. This is the formula. So amount received on allotment, which will go to our bank account debit. So 3 lakh. Please do this working. This 4,50,000 we have taken from here. So in the second stage, at the time of allotment, 4,50,000 was already received. So we are not going to receive it again. So how much we are going to receive is rupees 3 lakhs. Do the working. Now, this is what working we have done for application and allotment But in this sum, we also have a shareholder Daksha. Now, this shareholder did not pay final call on 600 shares. You write over here in your working, we did not receive final call for this 600 shares. I'll just highlight it. Okay, now let's start the sum. Write the heading in the books of Bhadresh Diamond Limited. डायमंड है तो सूरत है. Okay, so Bhadresh Diamond Limited of Surat. Now, first, bank account 4,56,000 shares into rupees 3 per share, 13,68,000. So, to equity share application account. $13,68,000. Close the entry. Second, equity share application account debit. $13,68,000. Now we can refer our working. So as per our working, transfer to capital we can do first. So to equity share capital account. That is 3 lakh shares into rupees 3. 9 lakh 2. Bank account 6,000 shares into rupees 3 per share is 18,000. And 2, we also received advance due to pro rata allotment. So to equity share allotment account, working note 1. How much? We have received advance 4,50,000. So 4,50,000. Let's check. 1368, 1368. Close it. This is 4,50,000 we got from our working. Now, third, we are calling allotment amount equity share allotment account debit number of shares 3 lakh into rupees 2.5, 7,50,000 to equity share capital account. Fourth, working note 2, bank account debit. Now, out of 7,50,000, we had already received 4,50,000, which is equal to 3 lakhs. Working note 2. this 3 lakh. 7 lakh 50 is what we should have received. 4 lakh 50 we had already received at the time of application. So अब हमारे हाथ में आएगा 3 lakhs. To equity share allotment account. 3 lakhs. Let's check allotment account 4 lakh 50, 3 lakh, 7 lakh 50 credit and 7 lakh 50 debit. Fifth. Now we will call first call. Equity share first call account. Again 3 lakh shares into 2.5. 7 lakh 50,000. To equity share capital account. No premium, so not to worry. Capital always with the face value. Now first call के टाइम पे कोई भी कॉल्स इन एरियर्स नहीं है, गुड फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस. बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट, टू इक्विटी शेयर फर्स्ट कॉल अकाउंट. Seventh, we call the final call, equity share final call account. Now 3 lakh shares into rupees 2 per share. Final call 2 per share. So 6 lakhs. To equity share capital account. 6 lakhs. Eighth, bank account. Now what is happening over here? Out of 3 lakh shares, what we should have received money for, a shareholder Daksha did not pay the final call on 600 shares. So 3 lakh minus 600. So 2 lakh 99,400 shares into rupees 2 per share. Debit. Calculate it. 2,99,400 into 2. 5,98,800 to equity share final call account. 5,98,000. Over here, I'm highlighting it because there is calls in arrears. Okay, 6 lakh we called for, we received only 5,98,000. 5,98,800. So for 1,200 rupees, we still have a balance of equity share final call account. Now, what we are doing for that, we are going to forfeit the shares. So let's go to the question. Daksha, who was allotted 600 shares, did not pay final call money. Her shares were forfeited. So we have to cancel her shares. So let's pass the entry number 9. Equity share capital account. Now 600 shares into face value. So far fully paid up shares है to into face value 10, so 6,000. No premium, so no problem to share for feature account. 600 shares into how much he has paid so far, 3 rupees, 2.5 and 2.5. So she has paid rupees 8 per share. 4,800 and 2. She did not pay equity share final call account. That is 600 shares into rupees 2 per share. 1200. So over here 1200 का जो डेबिट बैलेंस था वो यहाँ पे क्रेडिट हो गया. So your credit side is now 6 lakh and debit side is also 6 lakhs. Now let's reissue these shares. So entry number 10, bank account 600 shares into rupees 9 per share. 5,400. They were reissued as fully paid up at rupees 9 per share. So the discount of rupee 1 or the difference of rupee 1 will go from share for feature account. 600 into rupees 1. 600. 2. Equity share capital account 600 shares into rupees 10 face value 6,000. Now the sum is not yet over because we still have balance of share for feature account. So 11th entry share for feature account debit to capital reserve account. Now one way of doing it is share for feature debit for credit 4,800 and share for feature debit rupees 600. So difference 4,200 directly we can transfer or we do a working 600 shares into how much profit we made. We forfeited rupees 8. We gave a discount of rupee 1 which is equal to 7 rupees. So which is equal to 4,200. So 4,200. Narration is very simple. Share for feature account closed and transferred to capital reserve. Sum is complete. Complete underline. Do the totals. Yes, it should tally. 65 lakh is not a number to be interpreted. 65 lakh 1,000 debit should be equal to 65 lakh 1,000 credit. That is how we have to see if there is some arithmetic error or not. Double underline it. If you are using the old textbook, then there is a correction. This total was wrong. So this is the correct total. If you're using the new textbook, then this is rectified in the textbook. Go through the sum and see if you have any doubt. I hope you understood this working. Now you have to do sums like this as homework. So in my video lecture, I have used different methods to do this working. You can check them out as well. You can use whatever you are comfortable, but you have to write a working note for it. So you do the sums properly and understand this working conceptually. You can change the order of what I have done over here as per your logic. Okay.